welcome to Boo Talk. I'm here with 30-06. How you guys doing today?
I'm Dr.
Awesome.
Frankenstein.
I'm doing just fine, man.
Let's introduce ourselves real quick. Also, because I slightly forgot, because you guys tried to trick me, but it's Alex, Kyle, and Brian. So
That
I knew
is
that.
correct.
That is awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Even after the games, I still know. That's what you get on Boo Talk. Sharpness.
Sharkness?
Sharpness
Shark?
and sharpness.
Dude, you should have a shark on here. Dude, you should get the
Yeah,
actor of
actually-
Jaws.
we had a snake on here the other day.
Did you?
That'll be an episode coming out soon.
You have another snake here.
Well, actually, technically, I guess it won't be coming out soon. It'll be coming out before this one, so it'll have already come out. You should have seen it. Anyway,
Best
In the future.
In the
Watch the
future.
snake.
Yes.
And this is the moment when Brennan realizes he shouldn't have invited us.
You're in
And
trouble.
that's all for Boo Talk.
Oh, Lord. in
So you
heaven.
guys got an album coming out, or you
We have an album
that came
out.
It's out.
'Cause I
It's
listened to it
out.
at work. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you
really
very
enjoyed
much.
it. I heard the 2 songs already: "The Enemy Within" and then damn it, what's the other name?
Iron Horse.
Iron Horse. And "The Enemy Within" was at first my favorite. I was listening to it at the gym, rocking out to it. Now I'm really digging. I gotta look up the title again. I'm sorry. I just found the album today. And
Amateur. It's not true.
No
man.
idea and closer to the edge. I love those.
Those two are some
I
classics.
enjoyed
Those two
them a
are some
lot.
I love
classics.
Closer on the record. That turned out
Yeah,
awesome.
Closer became, it's probably my favorite off the record, I would say. I mean, it really came into its own. I mean, the bones of that song are 3 years old. I mean,
Closer to the Edge will be.
Oh wow! So you guys have been really been
November.
working on this album then for quite some time.
Oh
yeah, I mean,
These two
yeah,
have.
I mean-
I came in a little bit later.
yeah, I mean, I mean, truth be told, I would say, 9 out of the 12 songs off of this album are at least over a year old.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh, they're more than a year.
Well, I mean, the
old.
first
At
3
least.
were written with me in the band. Everything else was kind of
Yeah, and that was 2 years
Everything
ago.
That was
after
kind
the
of
first
already
tracks
done.
Were
Yeah.
pretty much ready to go before.
And so, I mean,
this
we-
boy showed up.
Yeah, I mean, so we had this record pretty much ready to go for a while.
Yeah.
And then, we tried to record it once, didn't come through, tried to record it again. Took some long time because of us.
A lot of
Scheduling
things.
and
Yeah.
Us.
things.
And then,
a lot of shit.
dog was barking and
yeah, no.
I
and
stubbed my
then-
toe. I didn't feel like doing it that day.
that,
Yeah,
ruined
no.
that could ruin a whole week. You know,
For a whole month.
A month.
Yeah.
if
I
you hit-
took 3 years off.
If you hit a stud, that could be a month. You know, it's out. You don't want to. You don't want to walk on it. Then you're just gonna cripple yourself even longer.
I had to go to physical therapy because for a solid 5
And that
years.
always, at least when I crippled my toe, it led to crippling drug addiction.
Oh yeah, no. Oh,
know?
and there. Look at that.
Oh,
look at
that's
that.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Now, who did the album artwork?
That would be Josh Brockett again.
Of course.
Yeah, we commissioned this one specifically. I kind of came up with the idea in my head a long time ago.
I take it very clean. I like it.
I mean, it's 30-06, one in the chamber. Makes sense. Bullet.
Yeah.
The bullets, the guns, the military shit. It
Got to.
filters in. And
Educated talk.
I mean, we took great care. I even made sure that I sent Brockett it's a 1903 Springfield. It
Yeah.
takes the bullet of the band. That's the band's official bullet.
You don't want anyone
officially licensed.
because someone's gonna be like, that's actually not the type of gun. And it's
Oh, exactly. And I want to be able to get in their face. And,
Like, we know.
Tell them that they're idiots.
Gotcha.
Because
Fact
we're
check
idiots.
the
We would
fact
know.
checkers out there.
So what's everyone's role in the band?
I'm the accountant.
Accountant. Excellent. So you do the money laundering. We'll talk to you
Yes,
later
yeah.
after the show.
Okay, cool. But no, I'm the drummer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I play bass guitar and do, me and him split the lead vocals. And then what would you...
I run the mafia.
Which one? Which family?
See, I think
Columbo.
I think he would fit better.
no, I'm the actual
mafia, but-
Italian. But for those of you who don't know, he plays guitar. He plays
do I know?
guitar. This is
Yes.
and he's actually pretty good at
But
it.
not for the band, just on the side.
Yeah, no, just on the side. No. In our band, what he
band.
does, he's more of just muscle. We send him in when some guys are giving us trouble. I mean, we're really a crime syndicate
Yes.
that kind of
Hence
doubles.
me
as
being
a-
the accountant.
it kind of doubles as a music thing. We got to launder the money somehow.
This is
Yeah.
embarrassing. We're actually a detective agency.
Is this a fact?
Oh, this was a
That
sting,
explains why
wasn't
these
it?
cameras are here.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take this.
There's that banner. It's a plastic banner. I know it's covering up the real plaque one. We're trying to get rid of it. It's gross. But what are you gonna do?
This is a damn
Yeah.
shame.
Oh boy.
This is
Who's
a
on the
damn
other
sh-
side
In
then?
fact, everything here is a two-way.
Are we going to finish the podcast first? This is going to do wonders for our ratings.
Yeah, we really
I
should
don't know.
finish it first.
What does Chris Hansen usually do? How long does he let it run for?
Oh, he doesn't usually get more than 30 feet for the cops.
Well, then we're gonna milk this for everything we got. There.
Oh, so we need a topic.
So let me ask you this: so you said about 9 of the songs were over about 1 to 2
Probably 2 years old.
Okay.
I mean,
2 or 3
okay,
years
all the songs. I mean, all the songs at this rate. I just have a bad
this
memory.
point, yeah.
All the songs at this point are
Do
about
you-
2-3 years old.
Do you think it was? Do you think sitting on them, or do you think that length of time maybe improved them, or do you think
To some extent.
helped
Yeah.
find-
Oh, yeah. I
help-
think a lot of it comes down to the fact that every week we practice.
Okay.
Every Tuesday
That's
we
good.
would come in, we
Yeah.
would practice, and we would play these same songs over and over and over again. So that little tiny thing that little embellishment I did, he did, that little thing he did was whatever
Yeah.
tom drum might, there's
Yes.
something that we liked, and we kept it. And
Yeah.
after
And we all have it on file.
After 2-3 years of that, every single second, every note of this song is pretty much carefully selected
Yeah.
over all these times. You know what I mean? All these little embellishments and things. It makes the song feel more complete. I mean, Kiss did the same thing. They'd have a back line of material. Gave us an opportunity to go out, stage test them, get
Yeah.
an audience reaction, see what people liked
I like
about
that.
it.
I mean-
And that really helps.
Yeah,
it does.
It makes you. Yeah, it can make you wonder when you think about it. Sometimes, like, how much time did an artist spend on a song? Like, an artist probably plays that song, performs that song much more after they've already recorded it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you might not even sit with the artist for that long in some cases.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, even in recording, we picked up on stuff that we've always been doing, but no one's even really noticed. Like, I've noticed things that these two were doing on the record that I never heard live.
Yeah.
And it turns
Oh,
out they
yeah.
were doing it the whole time.
Yeah, you got to kind of play like every, I guess not example, but like every. I can't even figure out the fucking word, but every version of it, I guess.
Yeah, we
You
play.
know?
Every time we play the song, like no 230-6 shows have ever been quite the same.
No, we always do things a little bit different.
It
Yes.
always just ends up. I mean, we're kind of a jam band in that respect. I mean, now, truth be told, like the bones of the songs, the main riffs and lyric sets, for the most part, the way that things go usually tend to stay about the same.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how we go about
we'll
through those
add,
parts.
we'll add
it
little
changes every
things here
time.
and there. But how we as the three individuals choose to play in that moment is what's giving the song its true
definitely kind of
feel.
like how you're.
And especially in a band like that, going in to record a record, especially when we're laying it down like, okay, his track, my track, his tracks, vocal tracks, instead of all of us just in the same room feeling it out, you really get to what it feels like, kind of like the juicy chocolate center of the song. It's the truest form of that song. You really get to know them in a different light.
Did somebody say chocolate?
There's cookies.
There's
over
cookies
there.
over there.
Those cookies, by the way, who baked these cookies?
That was my wife.
Oh, they were lovely. They were delicious. Like I said, they reminded me.
Thanks, honey.
They reminded me very much of the Mrs. Fields or Miss Fields. Damn it! probably should have screenshot.
You didn't look it up?
I looked it up, but I forgot it was. I didn't know. I don't know if she's married or not. I don't know if she's married.
You really should have researched
I just
that better.
Googled it.
You're a terrible host.
I know. Get the next
What
one
kind
in
of
here.
podcast is this?
There's a line going out the door. And that actor, Liev Schreiber.
Ah, yes.
All
Donovan.
this for Liev Schreiber? You could have said Sabretooth.
You could have said.
You
Ray
could have
Donovan.
said Sabretooth from the
I-
X-Men
I
movies.
was-
You spent
I saw him in The Omen. I saw him in. I think
You
he
spent
was,
so much time.
You spent like a solid 5-minute chunk of
he
a
was in
30-minute
movie 23.
podcast.
He was. I think he was in that one movie. The Tom Clancy movie.
Oh, why
Some
don't you
of
look?
our
Why don't you
fears?
look that
yeah,
up too?
look it up. Yeah. I think he was in all of this. I got the name down at least.
Now I got it. And
him credit.
here's the thing. His name has always eluded me. When I would always see him when I would first watch movies, I was like, who is this man? Who is this man who's always in the background of films? He's always there and he's fantastic. And then I finally heard his name and I was like, it's a weird name.
You want a strange
And then
credit?
3 days later, you forget.
And I forgot the name.
A strange credit for Liev Schreiber. There was a History Channel special called "America: The Story of Us." It was like a 12-part miniseries about the history
I
of
remember
America.
that.
He was the narrator, and he
Oh,
was
was
like
he really?
my favorite narrator of any docuseries ever. He's the
Write
one
that
great
down.
at it.
for
He's
me,
great
could
at
you?
it.
I didn't know it was him, though.
America,
America, the story of us.
The story of us. I
Yes,
usually have
yes.
pens on
And I'm going to be
You
completely
need a
honest
notebook up here to like remember stuff.
You fucking A. I tell you though, it lies a lot to you. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff like
Yeah, it's American history for you.
Oh yeah, no. There's a section in the American Revolution. He's talking about the sharpshooters with the Kentuckian rifle, one of the oldest American rifled barrels, and they said it's got a uniquely American invention. And it's like, no, it's not. It was invented in Germany in the 1600s. You fool! Don't you know anything?
But we use it, so it's better.
we made it an American version.
Yeah, it's better.
Which means it's more expensive, it's fatter, and
And it will break.
and it's
in
got
3 to
more
5
features
years.
that you never wanted.
it'll break in 30 minutes
Yeah.
or less.
It had a Bluetooth back then.
See, we've designed it so it'll break in just enough time for you to buy another one.
My microwave.
Yeah, the warranty's 2 years, but it breaks in like 2.5. So
And it was also like, you know what? That didn't last too long, but it lasted just long enough to where I'll buy it one more time.
AirPods.
Isn't capitalism great?
Oh Lord.
You know, well, I don't have the AirPods. I have the J Labs. We don't get enough views to get AirPods yet.
I have skull candies.
If we got
I use the jibs.
get those views up, guys, maybe I can get
those
some
views up.
AirPods.
Hey, take a listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, anything. I tell you right now, we only get like a fraction of a penny per listen. So anything
Closer to
helps.
my pool.
You're gonna just see like one of these seasons. Like this is like we're on season 2 now, and one of these seasons it's just gonna be like suddenly like I'm just like decked out in like just like jewelry and
Like gold chain, like
shit
like the gold,
and
like the
everything.
gold
And,
encrusted
like,
Furby from fucking Uncut
just,
Gems.
Yeah, just like thick dark glasses, just like yeah, it's been good. Podcast has been going good, guys. What have you been up to?
Still in this fucking.
Hold,
Yeah.
hold on,
warehouse.
shut up for a minute. I'm making more money here.
Thank you to the Patreon.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
I get paid for. I get paid this much per
I give you
word.
cooking recipes.
Oh no, I post pictures of myself naked on OnlyFans.
I would totally do an OnlyFans, but it would just be me reading my scripts.
I you know what? Every day I get closer and closer to just starting an OnlyFans and seeing if I can get some money. Because I don't care.
I mean, what if you did it just like music videos? I don't know. I mean,
what if I did it and just put pictures of my cock and balls? I really don't
That's
care.
an idea too.
I really
That's
don't
good.
care.
I'm glad you don't care.
I
You know,
really do not care.
You never know. You know.
I'm proud
mean,
of him.
What if a
band
band?
only?
You
Don't
know,
give this dude any suggestions.
You know?
He'll just keep going on and on about things.
here's an idea. Something a little classier. We're not saying nothing against OnlyFans. A calendar.
A nude calendar.
A nude an only bands calendar.
Yeah, this dude literally messaged us like 3 months ago saying we should totally do a 30-6 nude calendar. And we're both sitting there like, no.
Yes. We
No.
would each get 4 months. We would each
Oh,
get
like
4
so
months.
it's not the three
And
of
the
us.
pictures
we
would be
each
so-
have our month.
And the
Oh, yeah,
picture
no,
would be for so much more than just a calendar. You could put them on
All right.
pens, on coasters, on buttons, on anything that you could put a picture on. You guys got, you guys could sell, merchandise.
I want to be a Playgirl centerfold. That's my dream. If I can be Hey, Peter Steele did it from Typo Negative. He did it, and I've seen the picture, and he was packing.
Good for him.
Okay, great.
Good for him.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Well, it was meant to be
I
enjoyed.
regret sitting next to you now.
It's got to be, let me ask you this: Would you have been happier if he didn't enjoy that? If he watched that and he was uncomfortable and he felt scarred from looking at that picture?
I'm not comfortable just sitting next to him.
Fair. That was before I think we
Like
started.
in any situation.
That is not what you said last night.
When you guys were sitting next to each
No.
other, bum bum bum.
Enthralled in passion.
No.
At
And I told you not to
3:54
mention that
a.m.
again.
Eastern Standard Time.
We make music.
I told
You'd
you it's my
never
writing
believe it.
process.
This is my writing process. I need to.
Kyle, get out!
If I don't snort at least 7 lines of cocaine
running the cameras, man.
off
I
a
gotta do my
Latina
job.
girl's rear end, I can't write anything.
Don't hit player.
It's a serious problem.
Have you seen the movie The Longest Yard? With
Oh, that's so on.
the comedy one, the one that.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about The Longest Day. Never mind.
The football one where it's
Same
like
thing.
it's a parody
No.
of all the
Same
football
thing.
movies. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. There's the coach anyway. The coach is like is giving the quarterback gay porn to watch to study for the game.
Okay.
And he's like, Coach, I don't know why I have to watch. He's like, why must everyone question my methods?
Anthony.
There we go. Maybe that's how we got to warm up from
That's
now
how we
on.
gotta work. We don't need to practice anymore.
No.
We can just make gay porn.
No,
I mean-
watch.
30 odd
me.
6.
30 odd dicks.
Oh no.
30 oat sex.
Throaty. Our producer's nickname for us was Throaty Oat Sex, which I currently have a change.com petition going to change the name of the band full time, but these guys won't do
And
it.
are you the only one that's
That's gonna-
contributed to that
I have
so far?
30,000 signatures.
You know this. You know,
Oh,
I
and six?
also tacked on a rider to that, which was like e-girlfriends for all.
the
Oh,
I got a lot
the
of.
sad thing is like when you guys really blow up, that's when it's gonna like. That's when the petition's
I'm,
gonna be
I'm,
like.
I'm worried about him when it blows up.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm
Didn't
gonna
I-
have to like lock him in his hotel room.
You don't need anything to blow up except for a stick of dynamite.
Did you see Macaulay Culkin change his middle name and how like people vote on it? And he changed it to Macaulay. His full name now, or his middle name now.
Like people voted on this.
Yeah.
Isn't it Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. He changed his middle name to Macaulay Culkin, so his full name is Macaulay Culkin.
Did you know he's dating that chick? The I forget her name. She was on
From Sweet Life, yeah, I know.
Brenda
you're
Song.
talking about.
Brenda
Yeah.
Song. She's dating. He's dating Brenda Song, which is weird to me because
Really?
They have a kid.
they have a kid.
They have a
Yeah.
kid? I didn't know that.
I saw that the other day.
Hey, baby
You think like if when they leave him home alone and they come back like for anything and the kid's upset, he's like, look let me show you this. You don't know what I've been through.
We're just gonna go on TikTok and we're just gonna see like the kid be like, "I'm home alone. This is what I'm gonna do for you guys. Give me the 40,000 subscribers in a day." Okay, thank you.
You will see that though, like if TikTok's still around when that kid's able to use TikTok, it's gonna be like the second they leave him home alone.
Oh, goody.
My father,
Yeah, there
Macaulay
they are.
Culkin, left me home alone.
Where's the kid?
I'm pretty sure they have a kid.
Where's the kid?
I hate when I have to ask that question, honey.
I brought the ransom.
Where's
Where's the
the
kid?
Don't tell me we lost
Ransom
him again.
with Mel Gibson. That's a good movie.
My dad. Here's a funny story. So my dad has this pistol. It was my great grandfather's. Doesn't fire anymore. But he was like, I'm going to bring this out to you because he's bringing me some furniture.
Did he give it to you finally?
No.
Oh,
Still waiting on him. But
Damn.
we had to
Oh, well.
reschedule again. But I swear to God, it's true. He's talking to me. He's like, I can't find this gun.
oh, that's awesome.
And I said, you lost a gun? And he's like, and you know me, I'm not the kind of guy to lose stuff. I'm like, so you start
So
with a gun?
you start with the gun. Yeah, that way you can like go downhill from there.
I'm like,
It's
I
not
said-
as bad once you get.
I think
that.
my exact words were, it's never a good day in hell when you lose a gun.
I got a funny story about that.
Losing a gun?
losing a gun.
Yeah.
Funny story.
But this one fires. And
That's even worse.
I was working as a busboy at Gus's Coney Island, in Chesterfield,
Shout out.
and why not? And they need it.
go to
They-
Dimitri's,
They wouldn't
it's
mind the
better.
business.
Dimitri's, it's right next door. It's better.
I forget that shout out. There.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Or you can go to Jillian's. It's right across the street.
Actually, you go to Jillian's. I know some waitresses there. Tip well.
They have this burger. 23 in Gratiot. 23
Your
Mile
story for a
Road in
minute.
Gratiot.
Go.
We're gonna talk about the
Jillian's
burger here.
Coney Island has this burger
Is the
with
burger-
saganaki on it,
Now,
opa cheese. It's
I
one
want to
of the best
say this
fucking
though,
things.
if we're going to just promote food. Now, I have very mixed feelings about Gus's Coney Island, but I will say this: they have the best hash browns you'll find anywhere. Now, technically, they're American fries, but they're hash browns.
Never had hash browns in my life.
They're good.
That
you
does
should
not
start
surprise
there.
me one
Go
little bit with you.
to Gus's Coney Island. Ask them, say, "Give me hash browns, please," and nothing else. Nothing.
Give
else.
me hash, please.
Give me hash.
Give me hash.
Now.
Maybe
For
Full plate on the table.
hash.
maybe breakfast if it's morning because who can fuck up breakfast? And
You'd be
the
surprised.
salad.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
that's
say you'd be
salad.
very surprised.
Honestly, you know
Nah.
what? While we're talking about some good food, I want to talk about something shitty, right? IHOP. Okay, IHOP, not a bad place,
hear
not a
about it.
terrible place, but their coffee is dreadful.
Interesting.
I have
I've
always
never had
hated
their
it.
coffee.
Terrible.
I haven't been
like
to IHOP
sour.
since third grade.
It's like
Sour?
sour. It's got like this weird sour flavor to it. Why do you want to go to IHOP and get sour coffee with these fucking cold, stale ass pancakes? You're the international house of pancakes.
But all you can eat.
I think these people. I think
it's
IHOP
not.
just doesn't like you. I think I've always had a great experience. No, I'm kidding. I don't go to IHOP very often.
I haven't been to IHOP like maybe once in third grade.
I can't remember last time.
No,
I went to
the
an
best.
IHOP.
If you're gonna go and get breakfast somewhere, go to the most dive fucking place you can go. Look for that place that closes at 2 p.m. and is only open
because
for
they're built to be.
because they're
making-
built for
yeah.
nothing but delicious breakfasts.
True. They've honed their skills for
Yeah.
one thing. They know when they're getting off. They know what they got to do. You know, because if you get breakfast at a place that, you know, they do breakfast all day, you get there and the bacon's like all like looks like it's petrified.
Yeah, they made it like 5 hours
Yeah, it's
ago.
like-
Oh yeah. Well, and then you get you know, you never know because you go there for breakfast. The breakfast might be good, but then the dinner guy comes in and he might not cook your eggs the same way. It's just.
But
Just-
reminds
just
me
a
though,
letdown.
the gun story, real quick. At Gus's, I was at the end of a lunch rush. Phone rings. I'm at the register. I answer it. Hello. Guy says, "Hey, I was just in there for lunch. Did you happen to find my gun in the booth? I lost it. I can't find it." I said, "Yeah, no, sir. We didn't find your handgun in the booth. Are you sure?" "Yeah, I'm positive that when I was cleaning the booth today, that I
did
didn't
not
come
find a
across
I did not find a handgun.
Believe me, I would have let someone
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Just as I'm wiping down the booth, I didn't bump into a handgun and then just not think about it."
Heaven. Lord in heaven. That's terrible. You can't. Ladies and gentlemen, I love guns as much as the next guy, but keep track of the fucking thing.
It's
Not to mention, like aside from being bad table manners, it's illegal.
yeah, I don't know why. Like,
It's kind of a dick move that people clean up, really.
Yeah.
what worries me is that
Free
like
gun.
because he was sure he was like, "I'm sure it's there." I was like, "I'm sure it's not here." But I'm thinking because we also had another busboy, who I think I would just describe him as a bit
Colorful.
Eccentric.
an interesting character.
Yes.
Okay.
That liked handguns a lot.
Potentially, I wouldn't say he likes handguns a lot, but I definitely wouldn't give him one.
Perhaps someone who may have found himself on a few lists.
I don't think he's on a list yet. He's not.
Yeah,
Oh no!
Not yet.
Not yet.
yeah,
He's
no.
preparing.
He's not on a list yet. He's
We're
not,
all on a list.
He's also not that. He's also not that age yet to where they're just throwing him on lists yet. You know, he was. Well, I guess he was like 25 at the time, so he was in that ballpark, but he wasn't there yet. You know, but a bit shifty-eyed. He's one of those guys who's like, you know, his lifestyle, like you didn't agree with anything he did, but then he would like give you little like he was doing all these drugs, and then like he'd come up to you and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't drink that. It's got too much sugar in it," and like. Really?
What a
Says the guy who just
Interesting
says
guy.
the guy who was just smoking a crack pipe
Yeah,
on
like-
his lunch break. Like
yeah.
Do you know how many carbs
Like
that is?
He's literally like, I'm drinking like a Sunny D, which is delicious, by the way. Gets sponsored by Sunny D. I love that. Anyway, I was drinking a Sunny D. He comes up to me. He goes, "You shouldn't drink that. It's got artificial sweetener." And I was like, "Are you fucking?"
I will
And then
tell
he
you this.
disappears into the shadows.
Be careful with the Sunny D. There was a 4-year-old girl in Florida
Sunny?
that drank too much.
Sunny D?
Sunny D.
What?
She
Of
drank
course, it's
too
Florida.
much. She drank too much, and I swear to God, her skin turned orange
Florida.
in Florida.
Was she outside when she was drinking?
No. It was because
Florida child drinks too much Sunny
Was
D.
she in a tanning booth
no,
when
they
she
like
was
no,
drinking
they like sued for it because there's a certain color additive that they put in there that you can actually overdose from.
Wasn't there like a episode of a cartoon where the guy turned orange from like eating too much cheese puffs or something?
I don't remember, but I do
Is that
remember
Hey
the
Arnold
episode
or-
of Billy and Mandy where Billy became chocolate, and then he's looking and he goes, "All right, to not be chocolate anymore, you have to pick the right one," and it's the little sailor man, and he goes, "All right, Billy, you have to select it, either chocolate, hazelnut, vanilla, or antidote." And he just eats the whole fucking thing. What a brilliant show. My father used to watch that show with me, and he thought it was hilarious solely because the Grim Reaper was Jamaican. That was the funniest thing in the world. to him.
I did like that. That was just a good
I like
show.
that. I like the
Billy
Grim
was
Reaper.
great. Mandy was great. The Grim Reaper obviously was. I just named the whole.
It's Snake Plissken in that movie.
Who's
Or in
that?
that, in
There was
that,
a
in that-
movie?
no, in that show. I mean, it was basically Snake Plissken. You know the guy with the eye patch.
Oh yeah.
He was
yeah.
basically Snake
Oh,
Plissken.
okay.
No, that was a fantastic show. Dexter's Laboratory was my show on. That
was pretty good.
I was never heavy into Cartoon Network. I liked the Billy and Mandy. I liked the Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I liked the Dexter's Laboratory. I think was Cow and Chicken?
Yes, Cow and Chicken was Cartoon Network.
Cow and Chicken.
Was it Cartoon Network?
You
Yes,
know,
it was.
Okay.
See, I was a cartoon.
The Ed, and the Eddie.
Ed,
The
double
Eddie,
D,
the Eddie, and the Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
What's so wrong with that show, the Eddie?
But I think I was more of a
that was very-
Nickelodeon
yeah, good job.
person. Although, you know, I don't know. I floated around though.
I was a fucking Cartoon Network kid. I was one of those guys who used to stay up all night watching Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
And then I wonder why I started smoking weed. Maybe it's because at 4 a.m. when I was 12, or fuck, I was younger than that. I was like 7. I like 4 a.m. I'm sitting there watching all this fucking like, here's an hour of colors, enjoy. Like they just do weird shit there, and it's all weird syndicated shit too, like from England, like this weird surrealist British humor, just weird stuff. I don't even know what it's called. Like old Greg was on Adult Swim.
Oh, old Greg.
I remember seeing old. Oh yeah, They would just put it on there because they were like, well,
You ever drink?
Gotta have
Baileys
something
through a
at
shoe?
4:30.
It's creamy.
you ever drink Bailey's out of a shoe?
It's creamy.
Oh my god,
What do you think?
I like you. What do you think of me?
I just saw that, honestly. I just saw it like on a TikTok. It was like me trying to flirt. I like you, boy. What do you think of me? It's like, yeah, it feels.
Dating has become so fucking weird. You know what's funny? My uncle was telling me the story about how my great grandparents met the other day, right? And it was, you know, just cute. Like they go out. Not too many people had cars back then, so they'd all, bunch of couples get together and go out in one car. And that makes sense, you know? You all got to meet people somehow. Nowadays, it's like, I'm going to play this game on my phone, and it will lead me to sex. And, like, that's what it is.
100 times
Really?
over.
Like, 100 times
I
over.
don't know. I'm not playing this game right.
I keep getting guys. I don't,
Have you checked your mile radius? Is it at 250?
yeah.
I was.
That's what mine's at.
That's how you know you're desperate when you start playing with the distance.
Yep.
I'm playing with the distance,
Yeah.
and I'm
Talking
doing.
from experience here, Kyle.
I
No,
have done that before.
I'm
yeah.
playing with the distance, and I'm keep going out to the edge, and I'm driving. So I'm just driving in circles in my radius, trying to extend it.
Still nothing.
Show me all the ladies within 100 miles. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
This is the point where you have to go over to another country
I'll tell
instead
ya,
of trying over
it's-
there.
I had an interesting. I'm not even. Well, it's obviously not a dating experience because it wasn't a date. But I recently
thought it
tried.
was, she didn't.
I recently tried to ask a lady out. Who I'd known before. You never know who you have luck with. So I'm not going to divulge the name, but I went to school with her before, and I messaged her after I hadn't seen her in a while. I said, "Hey, you and I should catch up. Grab a drink sometime. Hope
A cup of coffee.
Hope you've been well. And she responds back with like, "That sounds great. Hey, that sounds great." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Okay, worked.
I was not expecting that. Like,
Wow.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
I'm
She
just
didn't
like-
run away. What's next?
I'm just like planting seeds. Just oh shit, a tree popped up. Like okay,
Okay.
What's step 2 now?
Well, I was just like, all right, so I was like, I waited 5 minutes to respond.
Did you wait a solid 5 minutes?
I didn't wait. I didn't sit in, like-
457,
No, no, I-
458,
I didn't-
459, and send. Okay.
No, I didn't actually time it, but I was like, cool it down. I mean, she didn't like respond instantly either, but she like waited a while. But I was like, I'm not doing that because you gotta be. There's a certain window where it's like, if you
That
miss,
is overcomplicated as shit.
it's very over.
And it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Indeed.
no, it's.
I am telling you right now, as a person who listen. I'm happy to have found my girl on Tinder. I'm happily married. I'm happy to have found my girl on Tinder. But the rules around it, the game, is ridiculous. It is
it's very
ridiculous.
stupid.
You got to get the right pictures. You got to have the right sound. For fuck's sake, you know what my song was on Tinder when I met my fucking girl? It was My Shit's Fucked Up by Warren Zevon. What a great thing to say to all the ladies. Hi, I'm fucked up.
I tried WAP. It doesn't help either.
Well, you don't even have one.
Well, no, but they.
Well, then
obviously,
again, I don't know. I haven't seen you naked in a while. Not
Well,
since your graduation.
in too long. But anyway,
You've been
back to
taking
my
these
story.
pills. It's been great.
Actually, you know what? Here's a funny Brennan story. This is a Brian and Brennan story.
Oh, this should be
Oh
great.
boy.
At his graduation, it was the same with Jacob Horn, director of Neutrals, and Jake O'Brien. I don't know what he made last.
For a second, I honestly thought you were talking about my high school graduation. I was like,
Well, he had
high
to-
school
No, your
graduation.
no, your
No, I know.
MPI
I was like-
graduation. I went to that one. I
Yeah,
went
no,
to that one.
That's why I was
had
like,
this-
how did you come?
And then
to
everyone
my-
went back to my place with my girl was there. It was Jacob, you, and Jake O'Brien came back to my place to smoke weed.
Allegedly, no.
Well, I was going to smoke weed. some of the
And they
other
were
people
gonna
may or
watch.
may not have partaken.
Tune in
What?
on the next one.
And cut.
Same bat time, same bat channel. But I swear to God, we're all hanging outside in my driveway, smoking stuff, and a cop car.
Oh
rolls
god,
by.
yeah, I remember that one.
And I was
He zoomed
up
up
there.
too.
Yeah.
He just like casually like creep up on it. He's
yeah. He zoomed up and then he
Like
because I lived my mother lived at the end of a cul-de-sac and he went around the cul-de-sac and he drove away and I had been smoking quite a bit and I looked at everybody that was there aside from my wife and went leave. Immediately, get out. And Jacob and Jacob went in to go like goodbye, and I'm like, get out, leave.
literally, I
Wow.
went there. I sat in my car. I sat there with lights off for I think 10 minutes.
Just sitting there like,
And I was,
What's the game plan here?
and I was
All
like-
right.
No, I was like, I'm gonna wait him out. How long can he wait?
It's not going to be in this neighborhood
You
forever.
know, there's plenty of people out here. It's Saturday night. How long are we gonna wait? You know. And then also, I think Jacob went ahead of me, and I was like,
all right, sacrificial
Best-
lemb, here
All right.
we go.
All right, we are in the clear.
Of luck. Best of luck. But yeah, no, that was an interesting chance. But anyway, back to my story. So she said to me,
Okay,
I forgot about this
she
story.
said to me, good, excellent, I can't wait.
I can't wait.
She didn't say that. She said, hey, that sounds great. So I responded with, are you free Saturday? Keep in mind, this is Monday night. So
That's
it's
like, that's like about a week.
Good heads.
Yeah,
That's solid.
Five days.
solid.
Yeah.
Solid. She never responded until Saturday at 5 p.m.
And what did she say?
I'm sorry. I was in a wedding today. Like as if
Was
I
it hers?
as if no, it wasn't. It wasn't. As if though, like I had messaged her that day, and like she hadn't responded
Like
for
she
a
was
few
at the
hours.
wedding for 5 days
She,
straight.
like, sorry, I was in a wedding today, and I was like, I messaged
This is something you could have told me.
any other
Monday.
day, any other day of the week
When I
would have
asked,
been.
"Are you open Saturday?"
Friday would have been acceptable too.
Yeah.
Even Friday,
Yeah.
you know. But no,
Or
I
it's
got
Saturday morning.
But what gets me even
She belongs to the streets.
what I enjoyed even more was that there wasn't even like a follow up like well how about next like no like it was just sorry I was in a wedding today. Like, what?
At that point,
What do I do with that?
Why do you even respond
Like,
at that point?
It's also it was like 5 o'clock on a Saturday.
I think there's too
When
many.
did you think we were gonna go out for drinks?
Do you know what I think the problem is?
At 2 o'clock?
I think that everyone has too many options. I think the phones have made it.
The
to where
phones make it way too easy.
They made it too easy.
I mean-
Everybody has too many options. And that's the thing. You're always weighing options.
Maybe.
It used to be. Do you know why everyone got married so young in the old days? Because if you made it to
'Cause they-
if you
'cause they
made
would
it
die
to
in their
s-
30s.
if you made it to 20 and you were alive, it was your
And
responsibility
you didn't get drafted.
to start popping kids out now.
But-
We need people to work the opal mines.
You see, though, I don't know because I feel like, for the most part, people kind of had their, you know, at least women have kind of had their pick of their mate for the most part, anyway.
Not true.
Well, I
Not
mean,
true.
there was
a long
obviously a
time
fair
where
pick.
I think they would be very, very hard pressed to have any rights at all.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they had some. I mean, what? Well, I mean, obviously, we're going to bring up specific event, you know.
If we're going to be bringing up specific
Well,
women, like
what-
what about that Joan of Arc, total dyke?
What about my wife? what about my wife? I kidnapped her. Well, I guess that doesn't work either.
Well, is she happy after the fact?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, first off, how many people are happy on the one they chose?
You know what? I never understood that either. I never understood that either. No one told you you
which-
had to marry the woman.
Which keeps me in mind, if we're going to bring out the one, oh, they were marrying people against their will. Well, now we have a choice and the divorce rate's 50-50. So,
People get married too quick. That's my.
You know?
People don't know. They don't fucking pay
Think.
attention. They don't pay attention and they actually like get to know the people that they're. I mean,
is that
signs
true though?
are
I mean,
always
just like, but how is that true? Because no one I know or don't get to know is hanging out with me long enough to marry me.
You can marry Brian.
No.
He said no. God, I told you not to bring this up, Brian.
I'm spoken for. And besides,
Well,
if I was gonna go gay, This one.
Why do you point?
I'm pointing because he definitely ain't doing that shit with me.
No.
Nah.
Listen.
That ain't happening, boy.
Listen.
I am the cutie.
There's the funny one, the sexy one.
The terrifying one.
I was going to say the tough one, but I guess that works.
Have you seen how he eats? He's not that tough. The wind,
36 waffles
A
today.
stiff breeze could knock his ass
Yeah, the
over.
wind lifted him in my car.
I tell you, we were working on a film set not too long ago, and there was a very stiff breeze, and it was picking my ass up. Like, I was like, woo.
There have been times.
Yo,
There have been
jeez.
times. For
Now-
fuck's sake, there was that one. Remember, what was that bridge? The one that fell. The one that fell because it was a strong wind, and you've seen the footage of it.
Oh,
where
it's
it's
and
like,
it twists.
where it's like,
Cooling and all that. Yeah.
oh, like you're looking at it, you're like, I'd hate to be someone driving on that.
I'd love to walk on that.
Just as you're driving.
Oh yeah, no. If I was if I was driving on a bridge and it started like going, at that point I'm just like,
See, that's one of those things that all I would think is like, this happens to me. Like,
I'm gonna be late for work.
Like, no, no, I mean, like,
Yeah.
like, no, like, 'cause that's-
My boss
no,
is gonna kill me.
No, just mean like, because you're probably gonna die if you get if the bridge is literally twisting. If the road is twisting.
If my car, if the bridge is twisting like that, there's no probably.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to die.
But you're just like, of all the bridges we've made, of all the things I could be doing, of all the instances in time I could have been born and shown up, this is where I'm at.
This is
And
how
I'm
it
about to be
happens.
twisted off a fucking bridge by the wind.
Here's the other thing about that bridge. For decades, they called it Galloping Gertie. That's what they called it.
That's a stupid name for a bridge.
Because when they would get on the bridge, it would fucking bounce up and down. So you mean that no city commissioner
like,
was
like
ever
it was
like,
an attraction for that town.
yeah, like so no city commissioner was ever like, hey,
We should make that more stable.
bridge is moving an awful lot,
Yeah.
fellas. Like, but and you
Kids
know,
are
and-
bouncing on it.
You know what's funny? When it fell and they put up a stronger one, they named that one Sturdy Gertie.
Oh, I got
And I'm like, you
worth
fuckers.
it. Worth it.
You knew what you were doing.
Worth it in the end.
Hundreds of people were
You
killed.
wanted to thin the herd.
So, history's changed forever.
History's changed forever, and
Wait, what year was that?
That
Oh, I
was
have
like
no idea.
36, I think. Maybe later. I don't
No,
know.
it
it
was
was fil-
later. It was later. I want to say it was the 60s.
I just
Yeah,
like
it was filmed in color.
I'm
I
just
thought it was
picturing
filmed
like
in
when
black
they're
and
calling
white.
it Galloping Gertie, they're like the engineer was just like, that's not what it's supposed to do.
So know what this is supposed to do.
No, I just pictured them as like, this is a great attraction for our town.
Maybe he didn't. What if he
We
didn't
get our
even?
kids to bounce on it.
Maybe he didn't even live there. Maybe he was just like out of town. Like he was from out of town.
Yeah, it was like far away from
years
his
later he came
jurisdiction.
back. He's like, I just want to see how kids. I built that, and then you're just like, what do you guys call it? Galloping. Why do you call it Galloping Gertie?
We'll jump on it. You'll see.
Oh boy, it's not so. Kids, get the fuck off it. Go, get the fuck off it. Never come back. Never come back
I
to
don't
this town.
think it's supposed to do.
Bounce me higher.
Calls him back up. Can you take my name off?
Oh, dude, you know what? We should have a podcast on a trampoline.
I feel like we get very tired.
That
Yeah.
It's only 30 minutes.
we have to have lavs. I think. What if one of us accidentally? This could happen. Accidentally gets strangled by the mic. Gets wrapped up in it in the mic cord.
Then that
Suddenly
is.
I'm
then
rolling on the
That
ground.
is.
Well,
that
then
is a
30
good-
odd 6 is gonna make
Yeah.
a lot of money from you.
That is a good booth. That is a really good booth talk story.
That's a great booth talk episode too, because we're gonna keep rolling.
Think of the
We're gonna
ratings.
keep rolling. It's gonna be silent. We're dead
So,
body laying on the trampoline, but we're gonna keep
You're
that
just
rolling.
gonna keep bouncing like dead guy laying there.
Like,
and you're
literally
just
as it's
and you're
happening-
still asking questions even though
As
he's
it's-
dead. Like
As it's happening, I'm just Ben's gonna be like, finally, this is the one. This is when it's gonna. This is when you're like, when did it all change? I almost died.
Yeah, like a pool, and like how many
I'm
people
gonna
are
be
gonna
honest.
get hanged.
I just can't wait till we get like the news that like Brennan Bauer is been arrested for multiple counts of racketeering and child trafficking. I mean, we're gonna get.
The word trafficking is such an ugly word.
I like to think of it as-
traveling,
I like to call it as exporting.
I think of
adventuring.
Don't think of them as children. Think of them more of as
Assets.
a commodity.
Young adults.
At 6.
I mean,
Funny
like
story. When I was 6
if you
years
can
old-
go off to war,
If you still have all your fingers, you're a young adult.
Maybe in.
one day here too.
I should not be on this.
This is
podcast.
gonna be your best podcast you've ever had.
You're gonna get picketed.
That's right. YouTube doesn't even know we're on YouTube, so we're
YouTube doesn't even care
Yeah.
about
they
us.
have no clue that we're.
How many?
We're not even on the
uh,
radar. We're not on the YouTube rewind.
The algorithm just skips right over us. You can't even find us in search.
That was their intention. They've been actively trying to stop this man from becoming. Like, listen, it is a global conspiracy to stop Kyle Ray Sluss. They've been trying to do it for literally like 400 years, and I have proof.
The Sluss family massacre of 1774, for perfect example.
Wait, are you the
This
Sluss
is
family?
serious.
You part of the Sluss
This
family?
is legit.
This is a legitimate thing. It would be like my seventh great cousins, something of that sort. And they were massacred by Ellen Ipsico's men. Ellen Ipsico was the son of Chief Cornstalk. And basically,
What tribe was that?
What?
What tribe?
I think it was either the Shawnee, I believe.
Wait, what year was this?
This was 1774.
Like, this was 2020.
No.
This was many.
This literally just happened like a week ago.
There's literally like a whole ass
Wait,
article
so
I have read about this.
Really?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is named the Sluss. Like, listen, you have, your family might have a park. They might have a church, whatever. This man's family has a massacre.
Yes.
To their namesake.
Didn't only
First
like
off,
a baby survive?
Can we just
Only
like
the
stop?
child.
Can we stop for a second and just say like the chances of anyone being born is crazy. Like every
Yeah.
one of your father's like everyone had to fuck.
Yes.
All of them had to procreate and then live long enough and have the other one live long enough to procreate.
Yes.
And your family survived a massacre, and you're
Oh, yeah.
still here.
All of
Yeah,
the
it's-
family.
Like, that's awesome.
It was like a
All of the family except
they
for
lived on
one
they
baby.
lived on a big farm, a big
Yeah.
That's how they did things back then. And all of them were killed except for one baby that was left under the bed. They'd hidden the baby under the bed, and the rest of the family.
So
was killed.
he
has to be descended.
You're descended from that baby.
I hope to hell.
Supposedly, it's supposed to be
That cowardly baby that just hid under a bed. No, I'm sorry.
And it's hilarious because to me, it's not hilarious.
It's not.
Massacres are not funny, but the fact that it was his family means that I really think that someone is trying to stop him. Like someone from the future went back in time.
But this wasn't the government. This was the Indians, right?
It was
It was
the
at first
Shawnee.
the Indians.
But
Wait. First the Indians.
listen,
Wait, what?
Bum bum bum.
Next time on Booth Talk, Kyle Ray Sluss, the Sluss Massacre special.
The
Yes.
one time the Indians and Americans teamed up.
And we have here our
We need to
fact
take
checker from
care
the
of this
Shawnee
family
tribe.
like, now.
Wait.
You
So how
Even my
did
tribe.
so how does the American government get involved?
We'll get into that subject at another moment. I am personally have classified information that I am not allowed to dive into on the airwaves. So,
Oh, damn.
on to the next subject matter.
Damn. Okay. Then
He's
so-
also a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
I don't know if you caught that.
Too
I don't know if
insane
you
for
caught
the
him,
mundane.
But yeah, he's,
Alrighty then. I
so I
guess
stuck him next to you.
save that
watching
for
you.
another off-air podcast.
Yes.
Oh no, he's nuts. But it's okay. It's okay. We're Warren's craziest hard rock band after all. We
Yes.
wouldn't listen. Him and I are pretty.
I'm not gonna be rooting for the Indians at the end of this, am I?
You might be. I usually do. And they prefer Native American.
Do they?
I don't.
I think so.
I had heard one
I don't
thing
know.
that was that the Indians preferred Indian.
They do.
because
Actually, they do.
they like that it reminds them of the stupidity of the white man. That the white
I don't
man
know if
showed
it's
up,
that-
called
I
them
watched-
Indians, and then just went with it.
I watched a video. It's
And they're just like, "You
specifically the ones native to the United States. The ones from Canada, not so much.
I thought it
And
was just the
South
videos.
America, because
Native-
technically Native Americans stretch from the tip of Alaska to the horn of South America. That's
Yeah.
all of it. So and this is a word that is coined. I was watching a very, very fascinating documentary about it, coined by one of these ambassadors to the tribes. Says that the term Native American is over-inclusive, too much. He says that the word Indian they'd all come up with names for themselves: Choctaw, Cree, Ojibwa. They had all these names that they lived
For the
by.
tribe?
And for their tribes.
Okay.
And when they were forced away from that and forced onto these reservations
and shit.
they were forced onto the reservations with people of all different tribes. Just anybody, the US government didn't care who they were sticking in there.
yeah.
And that word, Indian, that was the word that they rallied behind. So that word, the closer you get to a reservation, you'll find people who say Indian more often.
I mean, especially since, it's really the first generation of people that showed up that were like, hey, we're not Indians. And like, we're Indians. And then after that, everyone's just like, You know, well, I guess we're in. You know,
You're
like
Indians.
they call us Indians. You know, like so we're Indians now. So you, I guess, you could really be the one person who could be like, no, fuck them Indians.
They killed my family.
You know, like now, screw those guys. You know.
And 250
in
years
fairness-
later, he's in angry
In
revenge.
fairness, we don't know what his family did to them.
That is true.
That
was-
wasn't in the
They
article,
could have
was
built
it?
their farm
They
on like an ancient
they never
Indian
really said.
burial ground, and then they were like, "Fuck you.
Well,
We're
to
gonna
be fair,
kill you all."
it sounds like they might have made that burial ground. Sounds like that.
Touche.
Sounds like that might have
Touche.
what happened. It sounds like there was some issues.
Oh, this reminds me. You ever heard of Pontiac's War?
Yes.
This is some-
Pro-
this is
probably
something-
in fourth grade when we
This
learned
is
about
something from Michigan history.
Yes.
Chief Pontiac.
which sounds ridiculous when you say it now.
It sounds ridiculous.
If you met a
when
chief,
think car.
if
I
you
know.
met a no, I think the city. If you met a chief
I think more the
Pontiac
city.
right now, if you met a chief of Pontiac, you wouldn't take him seriously.
You'd think
Yeah,
he's
but
just
then
a-
who was it named after?
You think he's
you
a
know?
crackhead, you know?
Yeah. But
He probably would be a crackhead.
But
Probably, yeah,
he
exactly.
had a whole small army that he had built, and he went up and down the Michigan coast and hit every single fort. And what they would do, show up, and they'd say, "We're going to play a game of lacrosse for you. And we're going to show you, how we play this game of lacrosse." And then all the officers would come out, and all the guys come out, and they'd go, "Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's watch them." And they would, at a point, toss the ball over the wall of the fort.
Yeah.
And that was the signal. And the ladies would drop their heavy coats, revealing all the weapons. And they would go and they would kill every single person. And there was no one left to run to the next fort and warn them about what was going to happen.
That's pretty
Because
good.
they killed them all. I mean,
Yeah.
fucking ruthless, man. Fucking ruthless. And I learned this from a white guy dressed as a Native American at Mackinac,
you know,
which is even funny.
Yeah.
it's interesting because
Yeah.
when you think about it, obviously like the Indians when we came here were occupying their country, their place, making them move and displacing them in much worse things. And it's very similar to what we do when we go to another country for,
Yeah.
any other reasons we've been since post World War II.
Yes.
And everyone's like so surprised and like upset even when they find out that like, oh, they're fighting back. And it's like,
Well, it's like Vietnam. Vietnam, we should have never gone there in the first fucking place. The Vietnamese, before we got there, had been fighting the French for 11 years. Before they fought the French, they fought the Japanese for 20. Before they fought the Japanese, fought the French again for another 50. Before that, it was the Chinese on and off for 1,000 years.
so they were trained. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they were ready to go.
These guys were like, a culture built on it. Their entire culture was built on like,
People
fuck you.
keep coming here.
People keep coming here. Well, there was a
Is it that nice of a place too? That people really just want to have that piece of land?
apparently it is gorgeous.
Let's go there.
Never been.
Lock
there.
and load, everyone. We're going to.
Yeah.
It's,
Next podcast can be in Vietnam.
It's a tourist spot now.
Let's just go through the
funniest
jungle.
thing. That's the funniest thing to me is that we lost
Welcome to Boo Talk.
we go there, fight a war for 20 years, lose, and now it's a vacation spot.
Well, that's what we do. We just pump money in there. Sorry.
sorry.
Truce.
This will deter you from forming nukes of your own.
All right, but we do want to relax here, and you can't kill us.
Oh, they have McDonald's now.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Better
is
have my pancakes.
does that make it a tie?
See, they really lost after all then.
Yeah, that's. But like, I don't know. It's just like, what do you think? It's like kind of makes you think like, well, what do you think would happen if any country like decided like, all right, we're gonna go invade America for a little bit and just like,
It would not end well.
like, can you
We're not
imagine
at
like
all,
just
no.
seeing like. Just like you seeing, like just like I don't know, like
Red Dawn.
say French tank.
Yeah, I picture
I'm
Red
not gonna. I don't
Dawn.
want. I'm not gonna say Russian. That's everyone says Russian. We say French tanks because that would really surprise everyone. That'd be the
Catch
attack.
us off guard.
That'd be the attack.
the jokes.
But you helped us get this country, and now we want it back. You know? And then they're just like marching through the streets. Can you imagine like we'd be fucking them up. There wouldn't.
In response to all the jokes we've been making over the last several years, France has decided to take back the Statue of Liberty. The note that came with it said, "Fuck off."
I'm not thinking of the drunk history
They
one
keep
where
us
I think
on our
we.
toes.
That was a good
Who's
drunk history
coming now?
episode of the Statue of Liberty one.
Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, they have a drunk history on that one.
Do they? I love that. They fought. So many like little cities were fighting over like who gets it. Who gets the big the big lady?
The big lady.
Wasn't it brown? Didn't it usually
It
be
was
brown?
copper.
It's copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
just-
copper.
yeah.
So it oxidized. You know, like you have a penny that turns green.
At least did it really oxidize like that completely? Like
Pretty
or,
much. Yeah, pretty much.
Or did they have to go in and be like, or did it do patches and they're like, we gotta paint this son of a bitch? Just
No, it oxidized.
That's
It
nice.
oxidized.
At least
over
it
about
didn't-
20 years, 20, 30 years.
I think it looks great in that color.
It does look
I
good
like
in
it
the
in that
color.
color.
It probably looks better in the. Well, I guess if it was a shiny bronze though, or copper, shiny copper. If it was shiny, it would look nice.
I mean, it was still like think about a penny, like a brand new penny. That's what it would have looked like. But I mean, even then, by the time they actually got the whole damn thing put together,
I'm surprised.
It was
that
pretty much
people
already
just-
starting
I'm really surprised
to
we just
oxidize.
we accepted that to be like, hey, this gift you got us that was this giant fucking eyesore that's in the middle of the.
I honestly.
Well, I mean, like,
yeah,
it's
French
not-
was like, oh shit.
It's not to say it's an eyesore, but if it starts rusting and like changing colors when it's not supposed to, you're like, hey, it's fucking molding, or
Hey,
it's like, what is
can
this?
you clean it?
Yeah, what's going on here? And they're like,
I'm
we're
getting
sorry.
another call on the other line.
in your
Did you
country,
really-
you're responsible for cleaning it.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna give us this giant fucking gift, make sure it lasts more than 20 years.
Oh wait, this is Telegraph era. Please clean the
Yeah.
fucking.
Son of a bitch, man! I don't understand why it's green now.
Fun fact: the guy who designed that was the same. It was the guy who made the Eiffel Tower too.
Didn't they not like the Eiffel Tower when they first did that?
Oh, I don't know. Apparently,
Whose job is designing
Fun
things?
fa- another fun
Who
fact,
designs these giant?
before the
An
Eiff-
architect.
Before the
Oh,
Eiffel
yeah, I know
Tower.
I know the job, but like, who's like coming up like, we need something
Wait,
that's big.
I need a
who's
big
paying
tower.
for it? Who's paying for these things?
Before the Eiffel Tower, there was a giant elephant in in France, in Paris. That I shit you not, this is true. Before they built the
I like
Eiffel
that.
Tower, they're in like basically in its place, not far from it.
didn't
There was
know
a
that.
giant elephant,
Elephant
which
Eiffel,
is
I can see it.
weird, isn't it? Like that's the last
I
thing you
guess-
think about
yeah.
when you think
The
France.
elephant
No,
tower.
I think so.
elephant, no, I
I
get
can
it.
see like circus.
I'd rather have a fucking.
What, do you really picture circus with France?
Might as well
I
be a
oddly
fucking
do.
snail.
Like for some reason, wasn't Madagascar? Didn't they do like a French circus thing?
Like in the third
The
one. or
third one,
something.
they just went around Europe for a while.
I'm going off that. That's my history for France. You know.
Madagascar.
Afro Circus. Yeah, no, we all know the film.
So we're running out of time. But are you guys thinking about a music video for this album?
We are.
Well, you guys, what are your plans for this album?
Well, we don't want to give too much away. We are currently, we got a couple shows coming up. May
Okay.
15th at the Diesel Lounge on 23 Mile.
Ooh, okay,
and May
nice.
29th at the Hot Rock at
said May
10 Mile
15th?
in Hoover. Yeah.
May 15th.
What day is that?
That is a
on
Saturday.
Saturday.
They're both
Ooh,
on Saturday.
You should come.
I will.
You should come. It's
will.
not far from, and then you can come to my house for the after party.
I shall. I put it in my.
But we're still working with. We were talking to Jacob Horn about doing a music video. He hasn't. I told him he can.
Well,
pick
yeah,
a
you told him to
song.
listen to the whole thing,
And then he never picked a song,
He'll just
though.
pick a song that he wants to do, but
Yeah,
he
we
never
haven't
picked
picked a
one.
song now. Get on that. But anyway, but a lot of
Jacob.
we're still doing some promotion, getting some T-shirts,
Getting
got
some CDs going.
CDs going if anybody's looking for those. But One in the Chamber, ladies and gentlemen, out now.
On
available
every
on-
Add to my
streaming
calendar.
platform.
available on Spotify, Apple Music, Napster, Pandora, iHeartRadio.
TikTok.
TikTok, yes.
and honest to God, please, for the love of God, children, use us in your TikToks.
Oh, I already have.
I know you have, but you're not a children now.
I'm
are
a
you?
man
You're not a-
child.
Okay.
That is true.
But TikTok's blowing up though. You're gonna
But
want
TikTok's
these views.
blowing up. We need
We need more TikTok.
we need hot cosplay girls to use 30-06 songs in their TikToks, please.
You know what you need to do?
What?
Like you were saying, the OnlyFans. You need to do an OnlyFans cosplay of the songs. Demonstrate for them what you want.
Wait.
Like you dress up. how
I
you
dress
want-
up as
Yeah.
the songs?
No, you dress up like you want the girls to
Because I
dress
can
up.
do the Iron Horse.
Dress up like you
No.
want these women to dress up. Show them
Oh,
what you want.
I don't want to subject anybody to that.
I think the fans want
Thank
this.
God.
Listen, I like my cock and balls.
We call it the
They've
Iron
treated
Horse
me
for a
very-
reason.
No. my I will have you know that my cock's name is Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, why does that not surprise me?
That's a good name. But that about does it for Booth Talk though.
I'm Larry, this is Mo, and this is Curly, and we're the
Steve.
Three Stooges. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Your sole mission. You would have thought their goal was to get the monsters to fight.
I mean, for some
Godzilla
it
come
was.
in like,
And I loved that because there's no other reason like to do it, you know.